What's going on, guys? It's William, real estate investor and entrepreneur, and today I just logged on to Yahoo and saw that Elon Musk has now surpassed Jeff Bezos in market value and net worth. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely huge news. I did not deny it, and I told people it was coming, but wow, this came soon. I was just talking about that Christmas just a couple weeks ago. So I also checked on my stock today, and it's exploding through the roof. It is just crazy times right now. And in 2021, I don't think we're going to be let down because 2020 was already crazy enough. And this year has already started off with a bang. As a passionate entrepreneur and real estate investor myself, anytime I see something in the news that is just over the top and really crazy and has to do with entrepreneurial stuff, I'd like to bring it to my channel as well, not just in real estate investing for passive income. So we're going to dive in real quick on how Elon Musk got to be where he is today and where it all started, just in case you wanted to try to replicate it. Here we go.
Welcome to the Smack Fest, the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
It all started when he was born in South Africa in 1971. At age 12 years old, he learned how programming works and how to develop coding, designing a game called Blastar and sold it for $500. He was actually bullied in school and at one point was actually admitted to the hospital because of all the damage that was done to his body by a bully. He attended Queen's University for 2 years and then moved on to Penn University. While at Penn, he ran a nightclub in a 10-bedroom flat. Like, what? I didn't even see Elon Musk being the nightclub kind of guy, but he owned a nightclub in a 10-bedroom rented flat while he was in college. In 95, he entered the PhD program at Stanford, and get this, he dropped out in 2 days to chase this internet thing that was becoming wildly popular. He then went on to create Zip2 with his brother. 4 years later, he sold it for $22 million to a company called Compact. Musk used some of his venture capital money to fund a new one called X.com, and it's a financial company you will know today as PayPal. eBay purchased PayPal in 2002 for a whopping $165 million. Now, how would you like that kind of payday in your life? But no, he wasn't done. Like most people would buy a yacht and live on the beach and sail the ocean for the rest of their life, he, Elon Musk, wanted to combat climate change. Don't we all? So he went on to form a company called Solar City, and you might have heard of this company. It's a car company. It's called Tesla, right? So we built this solar company in Buffalo, New York, right? And it was actually, at the time, 3 times larger than any other solar plant that has existed in the time, and with plans to build on top of that. Maybe not literally on top of that, but build it even bigger. Basically saying, we're going to make this big, but not big. We're going to make this the biggest and the best. Just watch us. Let me show you how. It's done. And they're basically doing that with the automotive industry with Tesla. We'll get to that in a minute. After creating Tesla, his very first car was the Roadster, and it was a high-priced electric sports car, 2-door coupe, and it was really kind of a niche vehicle that kind of was the boost and the start of what actually turned out to be a Model S Tesla that first came out in 2012, believe it or not, with the large screen and everything. It was so far above its time, it looked like it was dropped off by a spaceship. Basically, when he started this car company, this tech company, he wanted to invoke the other big brand names to follow his lead. Therefore, he opened up his patents as well and said, hey guys, look what I'm doing. Do you like what I'm doing? Let me show you it works. Here, you can do it too. I want you to. I encourage you to. Let's all get on board. Even if it puts me, Elon Musk, out of business. This is the new revolution. And after owning a Tesla vehicle myself and driven in many different other variances, such as the P85D, which I had, and the smaller version, the bigger version, the Model 3. Guys, they're all amazing vehicles. And I also owned a Chevy Volt a few years. I will say this, it was the best car that I've ever owned. So what I'm trying to say is electric vehicles are the future. Like, I'm telling you, like, they are the future. I guarantee it. And I did put money on it, by the way, because I put a lot of money in their stock because I wholeheartedly believe in what they're doing, and I put my money where my mouth is. Some engineers that actually took the Tesla Model S very recently, I might add, and they actually tore it apart. They actually determined that Tesla is actually about 7 years ahead of the competition. Now, the competition doesn't seem to be wanting to beat Tesla. It seems like they want to watch what they do and follow their lead. It's almost like follow the leader, but the biggest issue is this. Even if they catch up to Tesla's technology, and even if they can beat them or even match them, what they can't match them in, or I haven't seen it yet, is their pricing. Rumor has it, I'm not going to go into pricing, but the new F-150 all-electric, going to be 2022 model, the price on that I've heard a rumor, so I'm not going to say it, is ridiculously higher than the starting price on the Tesla Cybertruck. So now you can compare, you could say that's apples and oranges, or you can say it's apples and apples. They both compete in the same market, but price per price, you might be able to buy, let's just say, a lot more Cybertruck for the price of the base model Ford, is what I hear. We'll see what happens later on in this year or possibly next year, but if they want to compete, they have to compete not only in performance, but range and price. It's a really, really hard combination because Tesla makes so much of their stuff in-house and they're dedicated to making advancements in battery technology. It seems like more so than the bigger competition is able to do. If you look at like the 200 kilowatt Hummer, for instance, or even you look at the Porsche, or if you look at what the battery MPG is per mile, nobody can compete with the efficiency that Tesla can pull out of their size of their battery. Therefore, they can put in the same, let's just say 100 kilowatt battery, and they'll go as far as the competition's 140 kilowatt battery. And this is why it's so important, is because the price per kilowatt directly influences the price that the car is needed to be priced at to sell. So the issue with it is, if you have to make a 140 kilowatt battery to compete with Tesla's 100, you're having to pay more kilowatt per hour for your battery to begin with, because Tesla gets it cheaper than basically anybody else. But then you're having to carry more dead weight as well. It's killing more range. Your efficiency isn't even as good, kilowatt to kilowatt. It's like, it's really, really, really hard. So unless somebody actually says, all right, Tesla, build me a skateboard platform and I'm going to build on top of it, which would be awesome. Unless they're doing that, guys, they're trying to make their own product. I'm not going to say from scratch, but they're really trying to piece some stuff together to really get into the market to beat their competition, which is Tesla, and they're just killing the market, guys. There's nothing out as of this video that competes dollar for dollar and efficiency-wise like Tesla does. That's why they own the sector in the market today. We're not done, because Musk then dreams of colonizing Mars one day, because he believes that one day the Earth could be uninhabitable, probably from, I don't know, what do you think, guys? Could be a virus, could be we start nuking each other. He thinks that it could be an asteroid. He thinks one day that the Earth could be inhabitable for humans. Therefore, we need to move now to keep us from being extinct. Now, this may never happen in our lifetimes. Who knows? 2021 can be crazy, but it's basically saying, hey, we're fast forwarding 1,000 years from now. We're going to save humanity, but we're going to start now. We're not going to wait till the asteroid is 4 years away, and then we're going to just rush to see if we can make this happen and all live in a bubble and hopefully bring enough toilet paper over to Mars, to make us be able to live comfortably over there. We're going to start this now. We're going to start building from scratch, and I don't know, hopefully Mars, by my kids, it's a pretty cool place to go to on vacation, possibly. I don't know, but it's a pretty cool concept. We're basically going to start with a few humans, and then we're going to start building, and it's just basically never going to stop until the point where we possibly have 2 different planets, and that's kind of his plan. Get the game going now, and hopefully save humanity. And if that's so, then more power to him, because, well, none of us want humanity to go anywhere. So that's our common ground. Even the people that don't like Tesla or SpaceX or anything else all agrees that, well, we all want humanity to keep going forward. Speaking of SpaceX, Elon Musk actually founded SpaceX with 100 million of his own money. And in February 2018, Tesla launched their rocket, the most powerful rocket ever, which was called the Falcon Heavy. And of course, you saw in the news, sending up the first edition Roadster into space. It's the red car you've probably seen with the white astronaut holding on to, and they played some cool song that he really liked. And some people say, this is what they estimate, people that are a lot smarter than me and you about, all the space stuff and the gravity pulls and all that. They estimate that car should be in space orbiting for several million years before gravity will eventually pull it back into Earth, where it'll burn up in the atmosphere. I thought that was pretty cool stuff, right? I don't know about you or me, but I'm not sure what we'll be doing in a couple million years. But to know the Tesla Roadster will still be up there is really crazy, because, well, I mean, nothing lasts 1,000 years now. So to be millions of years old, I think that one day in the future, we'll probably go out there and grab it and put it back in a museum before we let it, burn up in the atmosphere. That's just my thinking. How cool would it be to see a car that's 1,000 years old in reasonably good shape? I mean, that would be super cool, right? So, other than the fact that you couldn't get within about 20 miles of it because it'll probably kill you with radiation and poisoning. It'll be like the Chernobyl of cars. Oh, but he's not done. Then he jokingly texted on Twitter one day that, you know what? He's just going to buy a boring machine and just start drilling into the earth. Just going to start boring a hole and see where it goes, kind of thing. I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit more of a business plan to that. But he's just going to start boring. And he's going to keep going. He's going to keep going. And he's going to start making a tunnel system under the ground because, why not? Me and you have thought about this, I'm sure, right? I mean, so this is what his plan is with the boring company. He wants to be able to go to Los Angeles to San Francisco in under 1 hour. And he's going to be doing this by actually creating a sealed vacuum inside the tube, therefore being able to send this tube or this vessel through without any air friction getting in the way, therefore creating an incredible speed. I mean, some people are talking about around 500 miles an hour in a tube that the walls, if you could stick your hand out the window, not that you could, but if you could, you'd be able to touch the walls possibly. That's how close it is going this fast. But I imagine that it probably will be a pretty smooth ride. And for the cost that he's going to charge, nobody would ever consider taking an airplane, and you would be able to work clear across onto the other side of where you would never be able to work, basically, into a different city, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Matter of fact, you'd even be able to work while you're on the way to work because you're not driving, you're sitting, your laptop might even work. Why wouldn't they put Wi-Fi in the tunnel? You know what I mean? It makes sense and creates just that much more of a connection between the two cities. And we all want to know, what is his net worth? So we have the backup 2 years, and I want to give you a little bit of context. So in 2018, just a couple years ago, guys, his net worth was approximately $20 billion. That's billion with a B. Okay, $20 billion in 2018. A lot of money. Except for here in January 2021, his net worth is now approximately $188 billion. And that is a net worth because his market valuation is approaching $800 billion. I don't even think I've said that number in my entire life. What is 800 billion? Nothing. Think about it, grains of sand on the earth. You know what I mean? $800 billion. I mean, we all know at this rate, and the rate he passed Amazon's insane. Especially Amazon, and the run they had in 2020, everybody's been buying everything at the house, and my girlfriend, let me tell you what my account looks like. Amazon, right? But if he got to 800 billion this fast, I knew he was going to get there, but way faster than I anticipated. He's going to be the first trillionaire possibly in 2021, guys. Seriously, now that he's the richest person ever, he might even be the go-to company of whatever company that somebody might want to invest in, because those companies are just going through the roof, guys. I think it's an awesome thing that he's doing. Whether you invest or not, that has nothing to do with it. You know, this is an entrepreneurial channel. He's an amazing entrepreneur. Everybody that I've ever talked to, even people that don't even like electric cars, you know, like, look up to Elon Musk because he is more of an inspiration, and you almost look at him in awe. I mean, he is just doing what somebody should have been doing for a long time with this planet. Everybody's basically like, me, what can I get? And fossil fuels, and let's burn. And oh yeah, 2 generations later, we're going to have some problems. But hey, I'll be rich and I won't be around, so it doesn't really matter. He stepped in and he says, we need to make a change now. And we need to make a change before it becomes a really big problem. And we have, for instance, I read on the news about a week ago that they were actually talking about like Miami could be in trouble of being underwater if global warming gets to a certain point. Whether you believe in global warming or not, I'm not getting into all that. But nevertheless, they say at the rate of the sea rising, which is a fact, by the way, you know, that Miami could be underwater in a certain amount of time. And these changes could kind of reverse what's going on. Maybe not, but nevertheless, it's a great thing what he's doing. And listen, guys, if you stuck with me the entire time, I appreciate it so much. By listening to me several times per week, I'm going to make you a better entrepreneur, and I'm going to show you the secrets on how to become financially free through real estate. Guys, if you like this content, smash that like button below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be aware of every time I post a new video. And until next time, see you then.